Somewhere in Alexandria around 48 BC, a Roman general made a split-second military decision and accidentally started one of history's most misunderstood disasters. Julius Caesar ordered enemy ships burned in the harbor. The fire spread, and for 2,000 years we blamed that single moment for destroying the greatest library ever built. We were wrong. The Library of Alexandria wasn't just a building full of books. It was humanity's first serious attempt to collect everything. Every poem, every medical text, every philosophical argument, every map of the known world. Scholars estimate it held between 400,000 and 700,000 scrolls. Losing it wasn't like losing a library. It was like losing a civilization's memory, mid-sentence. And the stakes were real. Works by Aristotle, Euclid, Eratosthenes, men who calculated the Earth's circumference, who laid the foundations of geometry and logic, lived on those shelves. Some of what burned we will never recover. Not copies, not summaries, the originals, gone. That weight is worth sitting with before we rush to assign blame. Here is what most people believe. Caesar's fire in 48 BC destroyed the library in one catastrophic night. It's a clean story. A villain, a flame, a tragedy. But contemporary accounts tell a messier truth. The main institution, the Mouse Ion, the research complex where scholars actually worked, kept functioning after Caesar's fire. What burned were likely warehouses near the docks, storing scrolls awaiting cataloging. A devastating loss, yes. The end? No. Caesar's fire was the first wound in what would become a 500-year decline. Think about that number. 5 centuries. Longer than the United States has existed. The library didn't collapse in a night. It bled out slowly, through political upheaval, shifting funding, neglect, and repeated smaller destructions that history rarely bothers to dramatize because they lack a single villain to point at. Each blow came from a different direction. Political instability drained royal funding. Conquering powers redirected resources. Scholars stopped coming. Scrolls stopped being copied. And when texts aren't copied, they don't survive. Papyrus decays, ink fades, and knowledge simply disappears quietly without ceremony. No fire required. The library was dying long before anyone struck another match. There's something deeply uncomfortable in that truth. We want destruction to look like destruction. Sudden, violent, unmistakable. But the library's decline looked more like institutional abandonment. Like a great university slowly losing its funding, its faculty, its students, until one day you walk past and realize the lights have been off for years. That kind of ending doesn't make for dramatic paintings. But it's far more common in history than we admit. Here is the twist that reframes everything. The story we've told for generations, the single catastrophic fire, the one terrible night, may have persisted precisely because it's easier to accept. A fire has an ending. Neglect doesn't. Blaming one moment, one person, one flame lets everyone else off the hook. It lets entire systems of political indifference and cultural abandonment disappear from the story entirely. The fire didn't destroy the library. Forgetting it mattered did. That matters today because we are still doing it. Archives underfunded. Languages dying without documentation. Indigenous knowledge systems disappearing without a single dramatic headline. We don't need fires to lose what we've built, we just need to stop paying attention. The Library of Alexandria is not a cautionary tale about war. It's a cautionary tale about what happens when a society decides knowledge is no longer worth protecting. The most dangerous destruction rarely announces itself. It just quietly dims the lights. Subscribe to factstormhub, we tell stories like this every day. Full article on factstormhub.com.